David Benavidez versus Oleksandr Gvozdyk goes down this Saturday, and yes, I can't wait for this fight. It's going to be very interesting to see. David Benavidez's fights are always very, very, very good to watch. He's definitely one of my favorite fighters right now. And yeah, David Benavidez going up to light heavyweight. It's going to be really interesting against a tough Oleksandr Gvozdyk. Who will win this fight? I've seen many people picking Gvozdyk to win this fight, to be fair. And it's definitely winnable for Gvozdyk, to be fair. It's definitely winnable for him. The only person he lost to is Benavidez, and he was not bad in that fight at all, in my opinion. But I feel like David Benavidez and his team would have been watching that fight, and I feel like there's possible things that they can take out of that in order to win that fight. To win this fight, in my opinion. And I do think David Benavidez will get the win. Gvozdyk's a real tough guy, and it'll be interesting to see if Benavidez can get him out of there. I believe he can. I think, Gvozdyk's not in his prime anymore. He's definitely slowed down a bit, in my opinion. And I think he fought in an 8-rounder against Rodriguez in his last fight. So it's like, are we all fully convinced of Gvozdyk's stamina now, like what level's at? And he's fighting in a 12-rounder against David Benavidez here, and we all know how great the stamina is of David Benavidez and that he can outwork you when he gets late. And I feel like if you look back at that Artur Beterbiev versus Gvozdyk fight, Beterbiev was able to grow more into that fight as it went late, and Gvozdyk started to slow down a bit more. And we look at David Benavidez, he's got some of the best cardio in boxing right now, if we're being honest. His gas tank's absolutely unbelievable. And, I feel like Benavidez will be able to outwork Gvozdyk late. And I feel like David Benavidez will either get a late stoppage or win probably a good unanimous decision in the end, coming on late. I think Gvozdyk would definitely start early, 100%. He'll definitely get a good, solid early start. Like you usually see against Benavidez, it does take Benavidez usually a little bit of time to, fully build his way into a fight. That's always what we see with David Benavidez. And Gvozdyk will start well, start trying to box around David Benavidez. But I don't think Gvozdyk will be able to keep Benavidez off him for 12 rounds. No chance in that. He's definitely slowed down, 100%. I feel like Benavidez will probably get a stoppage win, to be fair. I think Benavidez will stop him late. I've seen loads of people saying, this is easy for Benavidez. We'll get him out of there in 6. No chance, in my opinion. This is not an easy fight for Benavidez. Yes, Gvozdyk's, getting older now, but it's not an easy fight for him. The guy can box and the guy can punch real hard. But you look at David Benavidez, to get where he wants to be, takes a lot of good shots on the gloves. He takes a lot of big shots on the gloves all the time, Benavidez, and at times gets caught coming in, but his chin's unbelievable as well. So Benavidez isn't scared to take a few shots to get to where he wants to be. And, David Benavidez is, one of his best weapons are his uppercuts. If he can get up close, land some uppercuts, if he can get you on the ropes, then you're in trouble, to be honest. You are in big trouble. But Gvozdyk is at times, he is quite a smart fighter as well, good boxer, and Gvozdyk is accurate. But Benavidez is even better. Benavidez, he's got really, really, really quick speed for his size as well. Very accurate. Benavidez picks his moments well and just can completely drain you out. And then eventually is just able to go on and just fully break you down. And that's what I feel like will happen here. People saying Gvozdyk will win, he's got a chance, of course, but I don't see. I think Benavidez wins this fight. But it won't be easy, though. It will take Benavidez a bit of time, in my opinion, to fully be able to work Gvozdyk out. Because, Gvozdyk, I think, will be able to box well for I reckon the first 4 rounds or so, until Benavidez really starts to get into his groove, starts to, go to the body a bit, starts allowing his first few uppercuts here and there, and, tries to walk you down, tries to, rough you up a bit, get you up against the ropes. And I don't think Gvozdyk's, strong enough to keep Benavidez off him. And I don't think Gvozdyk's got a good enough gas tank to match Benavidez's either. I just feel like Benavidez is just fantastic to watch. And, Gvozdyk does hit hard. He does hit hard, but I don't think he hits hard enough to be able to knock someone like David Benavidez out. I don't see it, in my opinion. David Benavidez has basically got it all, to be fair, offensively. Benavidez, he's very quick, very accurate with his shots, picks his moments well. His combinations are fantastic, and he's got big power in his hands as well, David Benavidez. Like, yeah, you never, I get, like, you never see him have, like, big one knockout wins. But it's like he drains you down, gradually breaks you down. Eventually, he's able to get you out of there because of the big flurries that he always has with big, good, quick, and accurate shots. And he really does drain you down and break you down. And he's eventually able to get you out of there because Benavidez, you never see Benavidez be able to get outworked, especially when the fight goes late. And I feel like Gvozdyk's going to try and come into this fight trying to possibly outwork David Benavidez. But he's not going to be able to. Like, you never see it. By the end of the 12 rounds, at least, you're not able to outwork Benavidez. And when it gets late, and Benavidez will eventually be able to really put it on you and get you out of there. Because no matter what, for the whole fight, Benavidez is always going to be way fitter than you, and he'll eventually be able to pick his moments, tire you out, get you out of there. Because even if you are up on the scorecards, which Gvozdyk could be by the time of the by the time he gets stopped, even if Gvozdyk is up, Benavidez will still have a lot in the tank and would have broken you down by then anyway, and you'll always be hurt. Benavidez is, he's gonna get your respect. He's gonna hurt you badly and break you down, even if you are up on the scorecard late on. Benavidez will always be able to turn on a different switch and will be able to get you out of there. I don't see many people really being able to beat David Benavidez. I really want to see the fight with Canelo at some point, but it will be interesting to see how well David Benavidez can do at light heavyweight. Because in my opinion, I don't think light heavyweight's the strongest division. If I'm going to be honest, I don't think it's the strongest division. But it will be interesting. I feel like Benavidez, you never know, he could take over the division at some point, in my opinion. He really could. I feel like Bivol will probably end up retiring after Beterbiev. In my opinion, I think Bivol would be too good, too quick for Beterbiev. Then I think, you never know, Beterbiev, not Bivol, Beterbiev, Bivol Benavidez is a really, really, really bloody interesting fight. Who will outwork who? And I think it's definitely winnable for Benavidez. And you never know, Bivol might call it, he might call it a day after he possibly beats Beterbiev. That's what I think. So I feel like Benavidez could be the next guy to really take over this light heavyweight division, in my opinion. I really do think that. And it's going to be really interesting to see. If he can get past Gvozdyk this weekend, then I think it's a huge statement to the rest of this light heavyweight division if he's still intending to stay up there and doesn't want the Canelo fight. Or what Benavidez might do is he might take that Canelo fight and then possibly go back up, fight the winner of Bivol Beterbiev. That could be what happens. Or unless, you never know, both Bivol and Beterbiev might end up retiring after that one. And then Benavidez is free to, surely be able to take over the light heavyweight division. I feel like so many people don't realize how good this man is, in my opinion. I really don't. I've seen so many people saying that he doesn't stand a chance up at light heavyweight and that it's too much of a step up for him coming up against Gvozdyk. But no, I don't think so. I feel like Benavidez has got all the potential in the world to give Beterbiev and Bivol a real run for their money. And, the guy's going to be champion at light heavyweight, in my opinion. He's he's young. I think he's 25, 26 or something. David Benavidez. The guy's still very young. He's got all the time in the world. In my opinion, he will be able to take over the light heavyweight division at some point with how things go. I'm not saying that he definitely beats Beterbiev and Bivol, but he's 27. I'm not saying definitely beats them, but he'll be able to give them a run for their money, and they'll be tight fights. I'm pretty sure Benavidez beats Beterbiev. I definitely think he beats Beterbiev. Bivol's a different one, though, but it's definitely winnable for Benavidez. So I think, you never know, Benavidez could end up taking over the light heavyweight division at some point, especially if both guys, Bivol and Beterbiev, possibly retire after their fight. I think Beterbiev definitely will, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, thanks for watching, Theo Kiels. I'm going with Benavidez late stoppage. Anyway, thanks for watching. Peace out.